If you're thinking about how we're going to manage our waste that's being created today by all of us, but asking future generations to manage that, then you need those who are going to be closest to that timing to be engaged.
The Nuclear Waste Management Organization, or NWMO, was asked to develop an integrated strategy for radioactive waste. We worked with Wild Matriarchs, and she helped us really establish how we were going to go about doing the best engagement program we could do.
Youth have a critical role to play in deciding the future. They told us we want to lead, and the Nuclear Waste Management Organization did just that. And that's where the magic happened.
One of the things we really strive to do was to look at new and innovative ways to engage. If we want to get different results, if we want to get good youth participation and solid input, we need to do things differently. And that meant taking chances and taking risks.
When it came to how we were going to engage with the youth, it actually came to us from youth. They were really active at our summit that we hosted really early on in the process.
Having youth lead what that format looks like, what those goals can be, and have a more collaborative process would change a lot of things and bring new perspectives that lie outside of those constructs.
We worked with Shake Up the Establishment, a youth climate justice organization, and others to bring together diverse youth, Indigenous and non-Indigenous, from across the country. And it informed the broader engagement process in a really meaningful way.
Taking this sort of approach and bringing in other organizations that have relationships with youth really means that you can get that diverse array of opinions and concerns and make sure that you're touching on every single group that might be impacted by this. You're going to find out what's actually meaningful to people. And the final strategy that you develop is actually going to represent the voices of those you've heard.
The reports that we got from the third parties, we published in their entirety, unedited, unfiltered. We wanted the youth and the organizations that agreed to partner with us to know that they could trust us and that we would relay the information that they provided us in the way that it was given to us.
Youth are so interesting to work with because their perspectives are just so different than ours, and their lived experience is so different than ours.
We came up with a proposal for us to collaborate with their Indigenous engagement team and their youth engagement team to create a series of 3 youth roundtables.
The idea for the youth roundtable was to have an arm's length process. It was important to have the sessions and the facilitators led by youth, just to create the safe space for the youth participants to share freely. The process was very different in the way that we had multiple sessions and we shared information in between the sessions to allow the youth participants to become familiar with the information.
I really just enjoyed talking with the youth about our futures. People that are having these complex conversations about the way that our social dynamics are changing and how this engages with our futures. How are we going to engage gender diversity within sort of a plan like this? How does queerness intersect with this? How does Indigenous knowledge engage with this? By engaging a diverse set of people, we make things more complex because complex problems require complex solutions.
I think it paid off. We took that chance and we introduced this new way of doing it, and I think because of that, we have a richer product at the end of the day.
The listening part was the most important. We turned the design and the delivery of the engagement to youth. And I think that is the key to making it so different and why the input ended up being so valuable.
The draft integrated strategy for radioactive waste is available for public comment. Please visit our website at radwasteplanning.ca.